Hey guys, I'm gonna show you some of my new musky baits. It's almost 2013, so still 2012. But yeah, I'm gonna show you some of my musky baits that work pretty well for me. I got this bucktail here, only one blade and some rubbery tinsel and stuff. Red, orange, or red, yellow, and black with the fish colored spinner blade. It's pretty good. Not small for muskies still. And then I got a double cowgirl, and I don't think it's caught me any fish. No, it caught me one fish and a bunch of silver beads and some purple and some blue with a twister tail on the back, which makes, that's probably what caught me that fish. It catches its eye, or the blades. And I got a Nils Master. It's almost too big to fit in the screen, so I gotta hold it like this. It's perched. Nom nom. And you buy it, the hooks are already teed so it doesn't scratch up the lure right there. And then they're also saltwater hooks, so they're silver compared to these Rapellas and stuff. They're blackish, silverish. This is the Pella Shad Wrap, the biggest one. And I put some shrink tubing on there to keep this hook straight, and for some red. Muskies, when they see red, they just go crazy for it. And it's got a lip and goes straight down and then out to the side. It doesn't come with a split ring on it. I just put a triple split ring. And then that's that one. And then a Pella Sub Walk the dog. And only a couple of fish, and it started to rip off some of these feathers on the back. That's a cool feature to it though. It's a clown, but it's only about 5 inches. It's really good for northern pike. And then the big bulldog is the Magnum dog. I don't know what color it is, but this up here, the head and the body, it changes color in the weather to what the fish like. Like in brighter situations, it is greenish. And then in darkish, that color. And then it's got a big, nice orange tail, which is always a good color. And some really big hooks. I think there's 7/0. Something like that. Bass fishermen are probably looking at this being like, holy crap, those are some big baits. And I got a jointed super stalker. It's got that the rubber tail there. It just goes like through the water. It kind of looks like a sucker. Muskies just love suckers. It works really good down at Lake St. Clair. That's where I go most of the time. And the 6-inch jig. I saw this one and I'm like, oop, scoop. That's a nice bait. Nice sucker color again. And I heard the rattle. I'm like, bam, got it. And then we went down to the Michigan Muskie Show. And the 6-inch Ziggy. He doesn't put much epoxy on them. So you get 1 or 2 fish and they scrape them up. If you get fish that do that, comment below. I'm going to get lots of comments on that. That was St. Lawrence, and this is a perch. And they only got the double prong hooks, so you can pull them off just like that. And then I got this one in September for my birthday for the fall. A jointed Believer. Strawberry. Works really good for the Thames River where I go. And it's got two eyes tie onto. One's for going deeper and one for shallow water. And the 7.5 inch musky train, monster lip, and a nice big eye. And then he already teased them. Mike, I think his name is. Muskie train tackle. They make some pretty nice baits. Look at that. I think it's called Chuckles, the color of this one. I gotta get the next box. This one's got quite a few rubbers. Another bulldog. This is a black and yellowish. Some sparkles in the back. Yeah, I put some shrink tubing on here to give it a bit more color. That's, I think, 7 or 8 inches. And then another one the same size. It's like a sucker. It's got eyes. I put my own eyes on it because they came off quite easily. I decided to put some greenish bluish eyes on it, and then I epoxied them so that they'd come on, so that they'd stay on easier. And then I got this nibbler. I got the Michigan Muskie Show. It was pretty cheap. I forget how much. I just know it was cheap. But yeah, this is a nice bait, the nibbler, like a smallmouth bass color. Yeah, that's what this one was. This bulldog. It's a smallmouth, sort of. And then when I was coming back from muskie fishing the one time on the dock, I just found this nice metal leader tied up. Looks like a homemade job with a perch colored jig. It's not too big, see, like about an inch long, like pike or something. I just found that and didn't take it out of my tackle box yet. Too lazy to do that. Got all these other chores, and then I got the Bondi 2.0 twister tail. They're Bondis, and they got just a blade on here, which is the original, and then the meal ticket. It's got a paddle tail, and I got this trick from John Bondi, the maker of Bondi bait. He just puts a 3-prong up there, big old 3-prong. That was black and orange with some glitter, and the big old whopper plopper. Black, like an orange and brownish. And then the tail, it flexes a bit, which is good for fish when they bite. But you get one of these baits, don't leave it in the sun, cracks. And then the Booker Top Raider. The back, it spins like the whopper plopper, and you get it, and it has black shrink tubing on it. But again, don't leave it out in the sun. It loses it. This one loses its color. There it's whitish brownish, and there's a darker brown. So again, don't leave baits out in the sun. And then with the baits that I make, the blasters, some of them, you leave them out in the sun, I have them in my tackle box, but it's clear, like see-through. So it was cracking too. Or no, they weren't cracking, they were bubbling under the paint, out through the epoxy, and they were bubbling like. And I got a big spinner bait with a double hook. A lot of the time that saves you a fish or two. And then some beads, a smaller blade, and a bigger blade with a swivel and a snap on it. Last but not least, another big Bondi 2.0. Go through the water like, whoa. Another one is yellow, and it's kind of losing its touch, getting not as squishy, but yeah, that's the same one. I think this one's called Puke Color. So I got a three prong up there. Yeah, that's my lures, and they're working pretty well for me. And you get into musky fishing, or if you are and you don't have these baits, go out to your local tackle shop and get them. There's some pretty darn good baits.